everyone, Miss White here, and this is Joey, the puppy that I adopted this summer. I just wanted to show him because you're about to hear him. I guarantee you, this whole work from home thing, you guys are going to hear Joey playing in the background. He's 14 weeks old with my other dog, Tucker. So just be warned, I'm so sorry, but living with two dogs, this is how it goes. So anyway, I just wanted to hop on and introduce myself today. This is going to be very weird getting to know each other virtually. A lot of you I know because we've been on field trips together. Some of you I might have chatted with here and there. But I really want to actually get to know you this year. You're about to be my kids for the next 2 years, and we're about to do really awesome things in AVID. And if you know me or if you know our upperclassmen who have had me before, you know that I really touch on the AVID family a lot. Like, that is a huge part of what goes on in AVID is the family aspect. And the reason is, when you guys get to be seniors, you're going to go through crazy things in our AVID classroom. You'll be accepted to college. Absolutely. Every single one of you is going to be accepted to college. But some of you also are going to be rejected from colleges. And, it's just kind of a scary process, and I want to make sure that we're there to support each other in it. So the AVID family is super important. So anyway, I'll stop talking about that. You'll hear about that all year long and next year too. But it's important you know me, you trust me, and I know you. I trust you, and we trust each other. So that's kind of what this is going to start off, and hopefully we'll be able to meet up in person soon. But until then, I'm going to kind of share a little bit about who I am, where I've been, so you know who you're talking to. So a little bit of background. I was born in Philadelphia. And I grew up in the Philadelphia area with all my family. I have a younger brother. Talk about him in a little bit. But until I was in 6th grade. And then when I was in 6th grade, my family moved to the Los Angeles area. And I grew up, half my life there, I'd say, till middle school. And then from middle school through high school and college, I spent in Los Angeles area. So Thousand Oaks is the town that I lived in. And it was very different from Fort Worth, Texas. So, if you know who the Kardashians are, I'm sure you do. I grew up kind of down the street from them. I didn't know them, but that area. So if you know who the Kardashians are, you kind of know the people that I grew up around, and I hated it. I really hated it. I just never felt like I fit in, because that's not my vibe. Like, I don't like the whole fake thing, the money thing, not my scene. So what I really got involved in was choir. Choir was my thing. I do like to sing. I don't do it anymore. Oh, I'm sorry. I warned you about Joey, didn't I? Hang on one second. Anyway, sorry about that. But I loved choir so much that I actually ran for president of the choir when I was a senior, and I won. And choir was a big deal when I was in high school. We were not just like a singing choir, but actually a show choir. So we danced and sang, put on really great shows. We were actually on a TV show. I still get checks in the mail from it, from Warner Brothers. A little sitcom called The Middle. It's on ABC. And we were in the pilot episode. If you've ever seen it, you can probably find me. It's not a very big part, but we got paid $1,000. And when I was like 17 years old, that was huge. And now my checks are like $12 every 6 months, but that was a really cool experience. Things you get living in LA, something that you should be thinking about if that's what you're interested in. If you want to be by a beach, you're interested in film, TV, go to LA. It was a cool experience, I'll admit that. But anyway, so throughout high school and then in college, I stayed in the LA area. So I went to the University of Southern California. If you know Coach James, you know about USC. I'm a huge, huge, huge USC fan. I have degrees from 2.5 colleges. I'll talk about that in a minute. But USC is definitely the college that I identify with the most. So fight on. College football at USC was insane. I'll share that with you guys too. So if you know anything about USC football, it is huge. They play in a place called the Coliseum. The Olympics were held there twice in the city of Los Angeles, and it's right in the heart of downtown LA. Positives and negatives about going to college in LA, but I loved it. It's a private college, so it is very expensive. I will tell you all about how I paid for it and all that stuff as we get on in the year. But yeah, great experience. I was in a sorority. It's a big part of my college experience. I was an Alpha Phi, I'll talk about that later on too. And actually exciting stuff. Today I'm filming this Sunday, August 16th. I don't know when you're watching this, but today is Sunday, August 16th. And my sister, talk about her in a little bit too, is a freshman at the University of Alabama this year. And she finds out today if she is also going to be an Alpha Phi. Crazy stuff. She would be my sister and my sorority sister, so that's exciting. Anyway, so yeah, I lived in LA through college, and then right after college, I knew I hated LA, like I had mentioned before. I didn't like the people, I didn't like the vibe, wasn't my style. So I just was kind of itching to get out and experience something new, and I'd never been to Texas in my life. And I found a program called Teach for America, which is kind of like, it's a nonprofit organization that helps, they recruit college graduates to go teach in really hard school districts. And so they recruited me to go teach in Fort Worth. And gosh, I did not know what I was getting myself into. I taught in Diamond Hill at Meacham Middle School for 2 years. And holy smokes, it was very different from Los Angeles. And I loved it, though. I loved my kids. I really did. But after 2 years of teaching middle school, I really wanted to teach high school. Middle school kids, they're tough. They're tough. And I missed, like, the high school sports and choir and, you know, all the stuff that comes with being in high school that you just don't get as, you know, big of programs in middle school. So I was interviewed at Saginaw High School, and I've been here now for, oh my gosh, this is my 5th year here, I believe. And yeah, I taught English 1 for many years, and then I've taught AVID 2, the sophomore class, and then this is my 2nd year teaching the juniors and seniors and being the AVID site coordinator. I'll rewind a little bit now because I'm all over the place. You know, my seniors already know this, and some of you may have sat in my class before and know that I ramble on, so get used to it, I suppose. But let me back up a little bit. So, family. I have a brother who is 17 months younger than me. We're really close in age. He went to the University of Hawaii. Very cool. I mean, I mentioned, do you want to go to college by a beach? Well, go to Hawaii. What a flippin' cool experience. He loved it there. I mean, I'm going to have him jump on and tell you about his experience at some point in the year, but really cool place to go to college. It's on Oahu in Honolulu. And yeah, I mean, he spent his weekends camping on the beach, hanging out in Honolulu, waterfalls, surfing. Wow. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And we're really close. So when he graduated from the University of Hawaii, he didn't know what he wanted to do with his life. And he went to do real estate for a little bit, didn't like it. And I convinced him to move here to Fort Worth and become a teacher too. So he did. And yes, so he teaches middle school at Lucille Collins Middle School in Lake Worth. And then I have 2 sisters who are adopted. One is also 17 months younger than me. Well, I guess, yeah, about a year and a half younger than me. And she is married and lives in Oregon with her husband. She's in Banker. And then, as I mentioned earlier, I have a sister who's 10 years younger than me. She's a freshman at University of Alabama this year. And yeah, that's flippin' awesome. I can't believe it. That's crazy how fast she grew up and that she's in college now. But I would love to. I'm going to convince her to come on and talk to you guys too about what Alabama's like. I'm excited to hear about it. Really great school. Yeah, my parents are divorced. I got divorced when I was in high school. My mom lives in Philadelphia. When I moved out here to Texas, she moved back to Philadelphia. She is a doctor. She works in cancer research. So she's the head of a drug that it's actually an injection that cures cancer. Pretty crazy stuff. I'm sorry, the puppies are knocking over my table right now. Anyway, and then my dad and his wife, my dad's remarried, lives in Atlanta. And he is a pilot for a celebrity. You may have heard of him, Tyler Perry. But yeah, my dad runs his flight department. So pretty cool stuff. All right, I could ramble on forever. I should probably keep this short, huh? Those are like the main things about me. What else? Oh, no, I totally missed some huge things. So I told you I graduated from USC. I have a degree in political science from USC, my bachelor's degree. I also have a master's degree, so I got a master's in secondary education from Johns Hopkins University, which I will also tell you about later. Incredible school in Baltimore, Maryland, but I got it online. Fun fact, when I graduated from Johns Hopkins, they put out an email asking for a graduation speaker, and I decided to audition. So I did, and I got it. So I actually was the speaker at graduation for Johns Hopkins University, and I brought a group of kids with me. It's actually a couple of kids that graduated last year, to go and watch my speech, and they met the dean at Johns Hopkins. That was a really cool experience. So anyway, loved it there. And right now I'm working on my third degree from a third university. I'm working on my doctorate at Vanderbilt University, and my degree is in leadership and learning in organizations. I will talk about this so much because it's my life. So not only do I teach full-time, at night I have classes online over Zoom, and I'm working on my dissertation right now, which is kind of like the big project that you have at the end of your doctorate. And yes, I will be Dr. White at the end of this year. I finally graduate this summer. And yeah, I'm studying leaders, what good leaders do. I'm looking at how to create change in an organization. And I'm actually, for my dissertation, studying the AVID program at Boswell High School. So I'll tell you guys all about that later too. I'm just starting my research this fall. But yep, I do it all. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I guess I should tell you like what I like to do in my free time. Well, first of all, I don't really have free time. If you are a full-time student, you have a job, you're an athlete, you take care of chores at home. I mean, I feel you guys. I feel you. I'm a teacher, obviously. Hello. I also am a student full-time. Hello. And I also have 2 dogs. And what else do I do? Oh, that's right. I'm on the board of directors, actually, for a nonprofit organization in the city of Fort Worth, that the mayor created, and I run marketing in my free time for that. So basically what we do is we try to get people to vote. We don't care what you vote for. Whatever. Are you Republican? Are you Democrat? Somewhere in the middle. It's totally cool, but you need to vote. And that's something you'll hear me talk about too. So anyway, yeah, free time. I do that. I watch Netflix. Really into Netflix, obviously, as many of us were this quarantine. I like to cook. I like to eat. I like to go to Pilates and spin classes or workout classes. So yeah, anyway, my point is, I feel your pain. We're going to talk about scheduling and making sure we get it all done, because if I can do it, you can do it. Trust me, I was a messy teenager. I will tell you about that later too. I keep saying that. I'm so sorry. It's probably annoying. Anyway, I could ramble on forever. Obviously, I warned you in the beginning. You kind of have to get to know me to know that I could ramble on forever. But I guess the last thing I'll say is that I care about AVID. I care about you. I'm here for you. This is very weird this year, and we're going to get through it together. And if there's anything that I can do to help you, please let me know. I'm here for you. Email me, jwhite02@ems-ise.net. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Sign up for your one-on-one meeting so I can meet you and get to know you. All right. Love you guys.